Welcome. This is the Turtle and the Hare Show, starring the Turtle and the Hare. I am the Hare, and we are accompanied by two esteemed guests. I'll let the Turtle introduce them.
Here to the right, we have an icon of the channel, Chibi. And over here to the left, we have a new icon to introduce. Go ahead.
The icon of icons.
The icon of icons.
The icon from whence all other icons.
There he goes. That's his own introduction. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. So what are we reacting to?
You're reacting to, well, I don't know the title, but the newest Superman teaser.
I think it's just called Superman.
I think it's from that one Marvel director, James Gunn. Yeah, so this should be fun.
Guardians of the Galaxy fame.
Yeah, so I bet if Superman is not dancing in this teaser, I don't believe it. That it's a James Gunn fucking movie. So let's fucking get it. Like, if Clark Kent don't dance, is bullshit.
Yeah. Does anybody want to give any thoughts before we get into it, or are we just ready to jump right in?
So scared. Okay.
All right. Let's get it. Fuck your head.
I'm the Hare. Let's go put that out there. Smallville? I don't know why the whistle got me hyped, but
As soon as he whistled.
Axel. Renfield? Oh, this motherfucker! Oh man. Oh.
Alright.
I really felt it when he was like shoulder to shoulder with whoever that android was. He just hit me right here. It was a real solid moment.
Who's the android?
I don't know.
Probably Lois. Hey, I don't know what these trailers these days.
Oh man, that was a lot to process. Right off the bat, something that jumped out at me is that like it kind of looks like a TV show, like the way that it's filmed and the color grading. I don't know if that makes sense. Like it don't look like a movie.
Hashtag Smallville comment.
That's why you said it's small.
Yeah.
But it looks like there's a lot of really leaning into all the comic booky shit, so that looks pretty interesting. Like they're going further than Marvel has gone, like with all the.
It looks like they're not going to be as afraid to not take themselves too seriously, make it too how it's been, all dark and serious.
Yeah.
All the dark suits and all that. And they got some, not in a bad way, but goofy looking villains and stuff.
Yeah, what's his name? Lex? Fucking Lex Luthor? Agent 47, bro. Dude, they had to know that.
I just want to
They put that frame in there, dude. With the gun and everything. There's no way they didn't do it.
Oh man,
I might get in the reference.
The Hitman.
Oh, did he play Hitman?
No, he just looked. He looked like he's like fucking Agent 47 doing a good Superman movie.
should have had a barcode on the back of his neck or his forehead somewhere.
Here's that guy that he was fighting in the football field. That looks interesting.
Oh yeah,
He was struggling with him like a fellow Kryptonian.
Mm-hmm.
So it might have been like a Zod or something.
I was curious as soon
Maybe
from the
it
get-go,
is,
whoever knocked him to the fucking ice and he's calling for his dog to take him home type shit. Like, what the fuck?
Because there was
Or what if it was like a trial and error type deal? Like, oh shit, I'm trying to learn how to be a fucking hero. Like how the Snyder on the first Henry Cavill movie, right?
James Gunn already said that it's not going to be like an origin movie. It's going to be like Superman's already a thing. He already knows Lois, and there's like he's just trying to. There's a bunch of other heroes already established and stuff too that have been around for a long time.
Probably hence why we saw Hot Girl and shit and a version of a Lantern.
Yeah,
not possibly Green
Guy
Lantern.
Gardner.
Oh.
Guy Gardner being used with the bowl cut and everything. That's dope.
Because they already announced a black Green Lantern.
Yeah.
So.
Who didn't they cast? What's his name from? Whatever. There was like a couple frames of like the big guy who looked like he was fighting in the football field, and it looked like he's like collapsing some building or something like that. But it looked similar to like a containment suit that Doomsday's had in the comics before. So.
Possible reintroduction to
containment suit.
Okay.
Or maybe Bizarro. We haven't had Bizarro in the movie yet. I mean, not technically.
Be nice to see.
3 was pretty close.
Be nice to see a villain that doesn't die in the movie, like a recurring villain.
Yeah.
So if it is Doomsday or Bizarro, that could be cool because they always come back eventually. So
I doubt Lex is gonna die. Anyway. How
you go, Chubbs? What are your thoughts, man?
It was pretty cool. The CG was fucking super good. Okay. Yeah, on Crypto especially. Yeah, I mean, like, it was noticeable, but it was like, yeah, that looks pretty good.
Actually, I didn't even think of it.
What? The Crypto CG?
I didn't even think about the CGI.
Oh, yeah.
To me, that says that it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I concur with that statement because that wasn't even a thought of me. I was just pretty enveloped in it.
The big, weird, like, floaty orb thing in the sky, but I'm wondering what's up with that because it looks like Superman's just chilling with Lois while that's going on. So.
Who's that playing her?
I don't know.
Is she an unknown?
I think she's relatively unknown. I think they're both relatively unknown. I think the biggest thing he's known for is like a period piece, a World War II show or something like that.
The big breaks, possibly.
Possibly. I mean, 16 million views in 12 hours is pretty good.
Well, Man of Steel came out in what, 2012?
2013.
2013, so it's been 11 years since we even had an adaptation.
A direct Superman movie.
A solo Superman, but possibly not a solo.
What do you feel about them opening with him being all jacked up?
I liked it.
Weakness and everything right away.
I felt the vibes. That's what I want to see. I want to see his vulnerabilities because Superman is such an all-powerful thing.
Right away.
I put Superman on such a pedestal. I feel like it's relative. I feel relatable to it. Like, I mean, that would be me.
I think it feels like they went out of their way to do it because of all of the bad taste Zack Snyder left in Superman fans' mouths or whatever. Because there's still in the comments, like, I bet in the comments of this trailer, there's going to be a bunch of people being like, talking shit on Snyder and his version of Superman and all that. Because they're still crying around about it, even though. Like, I like Snyder's Superman, but this shit looks pretty cool, too. I like different versions of Superman, dude. I like Injustice Superman.
Yeah, I figured the more the merrier. I'm not in that crowd, don't ruin it, you guys are going to ruin it. Like, I'm not going to ruin it, the more the merrier. The more chances people take, the more chances we're going to have more good stuff. The more chances you take from this, the more hits we're going to get. It's all reimagining. I mean, that's what comic books have always been. Not just comic books, but before that, everything. Even all classic literature and everything, just retelling, just reimagining. It's not very uncommon that some of the reimaginings outdo the originals. And the originals, I mean, the true hits and classics, you can't ruin those. They're cemented in history. They are what they are. Amen, too.
I agree. I concur. I think it looks pretty good. I'm probably more optimistic than I was before I watched it, and I wasn't unoptimistic about it.
I feel better about watching the trailer than I felt about that still frame that we got.
No, of him putting on
the looseness of the costume. It felt, but it didn't. I didn't feel like it was loose at all in this fucking teaser at all. It fit well. I mean,
don't know why he
that
would
curl
use that as the first picture. That was really silly of him.
That curl, with the dirty forehead after getting hit by a beer can from that one white gentleman. Yeah,
very nice.
Baddie, certified baddie.
I'm still not sure what I think about it. Them showing his weakness right away though.
I like that they included that. Okay, sorry.
People bring up that he's OP, but I mean that's Superman. He is OP. That's the whole point. That's what he is. That's his whole thing. That is what Superman is. He's OP.
But then it begs the question: how do you tell a compelling story without there being like stakes? So that's why you introduce like heavy hitting villains, well, like Superman villains, like Azad or Doomsday, something like that.
Well, see, that's kind of my point, though. I mean, that wasn't my point, but if you show them weak already, then the villains aren't going to seem so tough. You have to establish how powerful and untouchable he is, so that way when the stakes are raised, you know how bad the bad guys actually are. But if he's already humanized, then what really are the stakes when somebody freaking bad comes in?
Yeah, to open the trailer, that being the first thing we see.
Yeah, that's cool how they used it. I mean, they wanted to show, look, this is how crypto is going to be a thing. But to me, that might have been a waste because you see what happens. If we didn't see that happen and then we see crypto,
they just showed him being injured. Yeah,
it might have hit harder.
I felt that too.
But it still might. There's sometimes when things they give away something in the trailer, but they still pull it off. So hopefully that'll still happen.
There's
one of the other. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I wanted to say that like a lot of things in it seem reactionary to like just Superman related things that have been coming out, like with the opening of Superman being all humanized like that. He was very unlike what Snyder did, where he was like basically portrayed as like a god and like untouchable and stuff. And he was like the invincible, like especially in Superman or in Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League. So I felt like they were addressing that with all that stuff. And then even this little scene in the thumbnail with the crowd of people and then throwing the can, that's like straight up something that just happened in The Boys or whatever, and then Homelander like lasers the dude's head off or whatever. But then they made a point to show that Superman just walks it off, like goes inside and just like.
That was the thing that I was just about to say too, was that stood out to me. They hit him in his head, his hair moves, and he flinches. He flinched when they hit him. It didn't just bounce off him like nothing.
Yeah.
And that kind of goes with what I was saying with the showing his weakness. I think it would be a mistake if everything they do is reactionary to Snyder stuff.
Yeah.
They should just do what they're going to do either way.
I agree.
Don't try to be like him and then don't try to not be like him, because either way, then you're doing it for that reason. They're making decisions for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
I mean, could it be so interlayered that for some reason they made him react to a fucking nothing hitting him and then he reacts to it?
I'm sure it's slightly emotional or whatever.
I also don't mind about Snyder making Superman. I mean, that's what, like I said at the beginning, that's what he's supposed to be. It makes me think back with Christopher Reeve. I mean, he was untouchable. The only thing was kryptonite, and then when he gave up when he became human. And
Disclaimer.
Because of how untouchable he was, it really made him, when he became human, it even harder. Because he was essentially a god, and then he became human.
Mm.
And if you already have, relative weaknesses and stuff, something like that's not going to hit it hard. So it's kind of a concern. We don't know how they're going to do it, like pull it off or whatever. But.
Yeah. I'm cautiously optimistic. Optimistic more so than cautiously.
Yeah.
I did think it would have been nice not to see the dogs at the trailer at all. Not like a movie thing. Like him just fucked up if they just. Oh, good.
Sorry, Lex looks a little goofy. I think he looks just about as goofy as Jesse Eisenberg did.
I agree.
With hair.
I agree. Maybe they'll do something with it.
Yeah.
The last Lex Luthor I believed in was the Injustice video game.
Like what I don't know. Like it looks like he's emotional, cry whiny Lex, which is like kind of how Lex is, I guess. But it'd be cool to get more like the Justice League animated series version of Lex, or the Superman the animated show series. Lex.
Yeah, even the fucking the
Yeah.
first BVS type shit, the cartoon version, they were like close to the same size.
Mm-hmm. Like that's it. He was imposing and stuff too.
I just saw the original Superman, Christopher Reeves, the other day, like a couple weeks ago, and that Lex is classic. I mean, he's not imposing. He's not imposing, but he's confident. He's not a crybaby.
Mm-hmm.
He's an a-hole.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, he's a genius and all that.
There's that version of Lex. Like I could take that.
I could dig that, and then, like I said, the other one, the imposing one, with the little emotional weenie guy.
Yeah.
I don't dig it.
You ever got swirly?
What do you think, Chubby?
What about that?
Yeah.
I pretty much agree with Izzy. But he kind of reminds me of Completely, kind of. I don't know why, but he reminds me more like the new 52 Lex, where he looked all like they slimmed him down and all bright blue eyed and shit. Yeah.
Could that be the version that James Gunn is doing?
Yeah, I mean that seems to be what Superman's suit is heavily inspired by too. He's got the Kingdom Come Superman symbol though.
Yeah.
It's pretty tight.
Just want to throw out a solid disclaimer. I've never seen any of the Christopher Reeve films, so I plan on watching those before this movie comes out, obviously. Probably with the group of people that you see in camera. So, just want to throw that out there.
Is that about it? Anybody want to share any thoughts?
Yeah, I realized again that how old I'm getting because I saw on Facebook people talking about this. In the comments, there was a lot of some obviously just dismissing it right away, and then other ones saying, "I'm going to give it a chance," but Henry Cavill will always be the real Superman.
Damn.
I'm like,
That's how I felt, though.
I commented and said, "That's what we were saying about Cavill and Reeves."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I felt that, though.
Yeah. And he don't look bad. He don't look like he's doing bad. I mean, look at Superman.
It'd be nice to just have a consistent Superman. Like someone that I could just enjoy watching throughout. Because I fell in love with that Henry Cavill fool, so it was disappointing to find out that he was in, and then a week later he was out. So, I'm excited though.
What do you think about that S? It doesn't look like an S.
Yeah, it
I
doesn't.
mean, you can make an S out of it, but
It was more
looks like they didn't
alien
finish it.
symbol vibes. Yeah, it looks like they didn't finish it.
Really put emphasis on the yellow.
Do not.
Don't steal this, please.
Not Superman.
Yeah, it looks like an unfinished.
That's more of a bizarre symbol, if anything. Mm-hmm.
But that's the Kingdom Come one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the one where he's like all old. It's older, but the version that it's black and the yellow part, the yellow parts are black so it's black and red.
Off cam, Donnie, you got anything? Nope. Off cam, Don.
We're gonna have plenty to share after this shit, though. Once it wraps.
All right. Very nice. Very nice.
Merry Christmas, guys. XOXO, baby cakes.
Nice to meet you.